Hi, I'm Louise Henlon from Smash, and today I'm having a chat with Hayden Lawrence, who farms in Taranaki, about an app he uses on his farm. So, just a bit of background about you, Hayden. Can you tell us a bit about your farming business?
So my wife and I own and operate a 177 hectare farm in South Taranaki. We're split calving, so we calve about 320 cows in the spring and between 80 and 90 cows in the autumn. We've got a winter milk contract with Fonterra. We're a System 3 farm, and we employ one full-time farm manager. My wife actually works off farm as a cardiac nurse, so we employ one full-time on farm and one part-time on farm for mainly milking and around springtime as well.
Yep, cool. And we're going to talk about an app that you use today. What was the problem you were trying to solve when you were researching apps?
Yeah, so one of the major problems you have on a farm always seems to come up all the time is communication.
Yep.
And so we wanted to find a solution to aid in that communication of farm tasks and general farm information as well. So Kenneth, our farm manager, he's originally from the Philippines. He's been with us for 5 years. But definitely the language barrier when he first started was one of the challenges. And so writing things down and having access to written information was probably more important than verbal information. So that was the problem we were trying to solve. We looked both within the agricultural industry and outside the agricultural industry. So we tried a few apps that were developed for ag. But we found after using them for a little while, they were quite limited and didn't have the flexibility we were after. So that's when we landed on Trello and gave that a go on farm.
Yep. And so tell us a bit about Trello. What was it originally developed to do, and what are you using it for?
Yeah, so Trello is a project management platform. So used across a whole range of different industries where people can collaborate across boards and tasks. It's open architecture, so it can take effectively any file and open it and view it. And it works on all platforms, so PC, Android, Apple, iPad, whatever device you've got, you can run Trello on. One of the beauties about it being web-based is that the information is live wherever you are. So that was something that really appealed to us. Having that mobile ability as well to add jobs on the go was also a feature that we really liked. But we just started off very simple with it and gave it a nudge, and it's expanded into a bit of a beast on our farm now. But we think it's doing a great job in aiding in that communication between everyone involved in our business.
Yeah, and you use it in combination with WhatsApp, don't you? As another tool.
Yeah, we do. So no notebooks and pens on our farm. So our yellow notebook is a WhatsApp group. So everyone's got the same information. It's also sort of one place to go for information. I think as farmers, there's a lot of apps available, and we found if you're not interacting with it every day, it was very easy to lose interest or lose connection with it. So we tried to make Trello our point of source for information and where you go to find tasks and also put up new jobs and what's happening on farm. So we tried to make it our one-stop farm management solution tool.
Yeah. Okay, well, do you want to take us through your version of Trello and the things that you've been doing on it?
Yeah. So hopefully, we've got a shared screen there. So this is our Trello board. So down the left-hand side of that board, left-hand side of that screen, you can see a whole lot of different boards. I'm going to concentrate on the three top ones, which are the main ones we use all the time. So we run a daily tasks board, which you can see in front of you on the screen. That's all our operational jobs and appointments that are coming up on a weekly basis. So days of the week, any new jobs that you see, and just the general place, the first place port of call you would go to every morning to see what's happening on farm. Our second board, which I'm just bringing up now, is our feed information board. So this is really important for feed planning. So it's got all our grazing plans on there. So if I click on here, you can see we've got a tactical plan, a feed wedge, and also just a basic information of where the cows are going for the next 7 days. So there's no sort of excuse, I suppose, to ask where the cows are going, because all the information is already on this board. On this board, we also have our full farm feed budgets. So we can do deep dives into what's happening on farm in terms of both tactical and strategic feed planning. And then we have our different mobs. So you can see on there, we've just come through autumn calving. So the springers, the calving mob, and the dry mob. Now it's usually got the number of animals that are in that mob, the supplement they are getting, and the area of grass they're getting. This is really important. We use this a lot over that winter time, or when we've got multiple mobs on farm. Also, we add in each of those the minerals that they're getting. So there are things that you often find that are written down on pieces of paper or on tractor windows and things, but we have it all on here, where again, staff don't have to ring me. I don't have to retain all that information in my head. It's all there ready to go. So it just means that everybody is doing the same thing to every mob every day. The last board that I'll touch on is our farm information board. So this is where we go to for our farm information, general farm information. So you'll see on the left-hand side there, we've got all our farm system notes. So every month we have our monthly farm meeting with health and safety. So we write those notes up, and they are included on here. So accessible to everybody, and also creates that paper trail for any audit process that may come into the future. We also have on there basic farm information that you may need if you were to turn up on farm. So farm maps, so a contractor map. I'll just see if I can open it there. So farm map with all the water troughs. So you can see on there, you can jump on there and it opens up all the farm map with all the water troughs in there. If I had a water leak, I could bring up this map, which has all our water lines on it. So you could see where all the water lines are, so you could start to isolate the problem. And then also one for our contractors, where we can print it off as well. So like I say, all the information's in one place. Multiple printers around the farm, at the cow shed, at the house, so you can easily print that information off and get it. All of our fertilizer plans are on there, so we all know what's happening in terms of after soil testing, what's happening with our fertilizer for the year. And one thing that we've added in the last probably year or so is our farm system ideas. So everybody on farm comes up with good ideas, and this is a place that you can dump that idea, and then we can review it at our monthly meeting. So we've had some real gems come out of that. One of them was how we managed our autumn dry cows. So now we use deferred grazing for that. It was actually one of our farm manager Kenneth's ideas that he came up with. Whacked it up on there. We discussed it, gave it a go. We've been using that now for our second go at that, and really makes life easy and is quite good for that hill country that we've got as well. So like I say, one place to go for information, and yeah, they're the three main boards that we would use on a daily basis.
And so it's pretty easy to load stuff into it. You can just drag and drop, or
Yeah,
like,
so you can see there, so this is actually the example for this week. I haven't actually gone through and deleted any jobs because I knew that was coming up as an example. But you can see on the far left, jobs that are coming up and or jobs that have been found on farm that need attention. So you can see down here, there's a gate into 13 that needs to be fixed. If I had time on Friday, I could grab that job, and as you know, my job is to do the job planning, and I can drag it into Thursday and allocate that to someone to be done. I'm not sure if it's going to be, so I'll switch it back into here. But then you can see on here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So the jobs that have been done. For example, this job here, a new bolus. We run the SmackTech system, wearable system on farm, and cow number 395 needed a new bolus. So that job's been, I know, has been completed. So I can click on here and go archive. That will remove that job and archive it that I've done that job and at what time. So I can do this off a mobile phone or off a PC or whatever I am, wherever I am. You can see on here these things marked with blue and brown. So this is how we record when people are off farm. So Kenneth, our farm manager today, had an appointment in New Plymouth. So he was off farm between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. So it just allows me to know where people are at. I had a meeting today. It was online, but I was still meeting on off the farm from 11 till 2. And I've got another one at 11 to 2 in Stratford on Thursday, you can see there. So really easy. If a job's not done in a day, for example, we made some silage off our roadside and we had that job listed for Monday, but if that job hadn't been done and now we're up to Tuesday and it still hasn't been done, I can drag it and drop it to Wednesday to be done. So really, really simple, really intuitive, and just means that those little jobs that generally are forgotten or left are always in the back of your mind and always move forward a day. So I know that job's been done, so I can easily archive it. But yeah, it's very simple to the architecture that it's built around is very simple to navigate, and it can be set up however you want it. You can see you can have as many cards. So basically starts with a board, then you add cards, and then you add lists to those cards. So.
Yeah. And do you reckon, I mean, you've got one other person there working most of the time with you, but it's be applicable to people that are working alone or people that have got more staff?
Yeah, it doesn't actually really matter, like if you're by yourself. Actually, if you're by yourself, it's actually quite good as well, because you it gets that information out from running around inside your head, and gets it down in a place where it's always recorded, not on a scrap piece of paper that's lying somewhere.
Yeah.
But up to big teams where it might be someone's sole job to do job allocation. So you know what jobs have to be done. I can allocate those jobs to certain people very simply. So I can add a member to that job and give a due date as well. So irrespective of team size, I think it's applicable. It can be applied to any farm.
And so, I mean, you've talked through a few of the pros. Any other pros and cons that leap to mind?
The biggest pro for it, it's actually free to start. So to start using it, it's completely free. So that really allows you to have a go and build with it. I mean, I talked about going across all devices and being on the web, so it's live. In terms of cons, obviously it's not completely designed for agriculture, but that in lies an opportunity as well. So When you start getting into it further, you can build things called power-ups, which are like add-ons to Trello, which allow you to build specific agriculture-related components for Trello. So yeah, I wouldn't say there was too many cons, but yeah, I guess one of the biggest pros of it is that it's actually not designed for agriculture, and it's got that huge flexibility to work across multiple ideas and devices, and also file types.
Yeah. You were saying when you started out, though, it did have some boards that you were able to use to just get you going.
Yeah, so you can jump on the Trello website and search for like boards related to agriculture. A lot of them are American-based, cropping-based, and not specific for New Zealand dairy farming, but it gives you a pretty good indication of how you should structure boards, different ways you could potentially use it. I mean, farming is always different, but it's also quite similar, no matter what type of farming you do. So yeah, there's always that option. And I think as more people start to use it, there'll probably be more boards go live that are specific to dairying.
Yeah. And so if someone's interested in giving it a go, you just get on their website to download it. Is that the place to go?
Yeah, just pretty much if you've got a Gmail account or any type of email account, set up an account. Your first 10 boards are free, so you can actually run 10 boards. I mean, we don't run a total of 10 boards anyway. That's a lot of information. And what you find is if you do set up a whole lot of different boards, you actually find that you probably only use one or two all the time anyway. We do have another board on there around our good management practices. So all the stuff that we need for our Fonterra shed inspection, when we get that information, all goes in on that board. I haven't shared that one today, but yeah, that's the easiest way to start. Jump on Trello.com, download it, set up a board, download the app on your phone. It's pretty easy, pretty intuitive. If you don't know how to use it, ask your child, because they probably will know how to use it. And just give it a go. Set up a basic board, share it with your staff member or staff members, and see if it works for you. It won't be for everybody, but it's definitely an option that we've found that provides us with really good on-farm management.
Awesome. Oh, well, thanks for that, Hayden. Any other sort of closing comments about Trello?
No, not really. I mean, I'm pretty excited about where it could take us into the future, with a little bit of development, probably from New Zealand farmers' end. Someone that's a bit of a programmer or wants to get dive into the depths of it, has a bit of time. I think there's probably more opportunity to develop it further. Our boards definitely aren't perfect. We're changing them fairly regularly, just to keep up with what we're doing on farm. So yeah, the great thing about the architecture of that program is that it's open. So any idea that you have, you can generally implement on the platform.
Oh, well, great. Thanks for that. We'll leave it at that, I think.
All right. Thank you.
Cool.